There's something that happens to a man as he gets older. Not all at once. Not like flipping a switch. But in small ways, things start to go quiet. The phone rings less. The days stretch longer. And somewhere along the line, the man who spent his whole life doing, providing, building, protecting, suddenly finds himself sitting in the silence, wondering, what now? You see, many of us were raised to believe our worth came from how much we could carry, how hard we worked, how well we held it all together. We ran like racehorses, head down, don't stop, don't feel, pouring everything into being a provider, a protector, a steady hand. We did what we thought we were supposed to do, but then the race ends, the job lets go. The kids grow up and move on. The house gets quieter. And sometimes, the person we built our lives with is no longer sitting next to us. And in that stillness, a question rises. Did I miss something more important on the way here? Something I can't get back? Something I still can? That's what these letters are about. Not regret exactly, but recognition of what we carried, of what we lost sight of, and maybe of what we can still reach for if we find the words. Before we dive in, if you find comfort in honest conversations like this, hit subscribe. We share stories that don't just pass time, they help make sense of it. This first letter is from a father in his early 60s. He's not angry, not bitter, just tired. Tired of the distance and unsure how to close it. This is what he wrote to his son, who believes his dad has stopped trying. Hey, I've started this letter a few times now. I don't really know how to say what I want to say, so I'll just get to it. I know you think I've stopped trying, that I don't make much effort anymore. And you're not wrong. I don't call as much. I don't ask to visit. But it's not because I don't care. It's because I don't want to be a burden. You've got your own life, your work, the kids, everything moving fast. And me, my world's gotten smaller, quieter. And some days, that quiet feels like it's closing in. I miss you. I miss hearing your voice when you weren't in a hurry. I miss when we used to talk about nothing in particular, just talk. I look at the pictures you send of the grandkids, and I smile, but I also feel this ache. Not because I'm not proud, but because I don't know where I fit anymore. I know I wasn't always the easiest dad. I know I made mistakes, but I never stopped loving you, not for a second. I'm not asking for anything big, just maybe check in, ask how I'm doing, and really mean it. Or just tell me about your day, even the boring parts. I want to know you, still. I may not be the man I used to be, but I'm still your dad, and that still means the world to me. This next letter is from a man in his late 60s. He lost his wife a few years back, and though time has passed, the ache hasn't. He writes to the woman who saw every part of him, who made space for his silence, and loved him anyway. Love, I keep thinking grief gets easier. That at some point, I'll wake up and it'll feel like less of a weight. But it's been 3 years, and the house still feels empty. Not just because you're gone, but because you aren't here. You know? You were the heartbeat of this place, the one who kept the fridge stocked with things I never thought to buy, the one who left notes on the bathroom mirror just to make me smile. You were my person, and now I talk to shadows. I miss the way you'd look at me when I was pretending to be fine. You always knew, and you never pushed. You just stayed close until I was ready to talk. Since you've been gone, I've realized how much of my life I measured by your presence. The way you'd sing while folding laundry, or how your laugh bounced off the kitchen tiles. I still leave the porch light on at night. Dumb, I know. But part of me still hopes you'll walk through the door, humming that same old tune. I wish I'd told you more often how much you meant to me. I think you knew. But still, I wish I'd said it out loud. Every day. I love you. I miss you. And if there's any way you can still hear me, thank you. For everything. For the love. For the patience. For making this old fool feel seen. This last letter is written to the past, to the younger version of a man now in his 50s, maybe 60s, a man looking back at who he was, what he got right, and what he now sees more clearly. This one's honest, a little rough around the edges, but it gets to the heart of what so many men carry with them into old age. All right, let's just lay it out, huh? You were a pain in the ass sometimes, stubborn as hell, always needing to be right, always chasing something, respect, money, who knows. And yeah, you did some good. You provided, you stuck it out when things got hard, you were loyal, even when you didn't know how to say, I love you, without it sounding awkward. But man, you were so damn scared of being vulnerable, of being wrong, of needing anyone. I wish you'd known how much time you were wasting being tough. I wish you'd said sorry more. I wish you'd hugged Dad longer before he passed. I wish you'd taken your wife's hand when she cried, instead of just sitting there, frozen. I'm not mad at you. I get it. You did what you were taught to do. You thought keeping it all together meant keeping it all in. But now, I sit on the porch some nights and think about what's left, and I want peace, not pride. I want to show up even if I don't have all the answers. I want to tell the people I love how much I love them, awkward or not. And if you could see me now, you might not recognize the man I've become. But I think, deep down, you'd be proud. We're not perfect, but we're finally honest. Not all grief comes from loss. Sometimes it comes from what we never said. And for a lot of us, men especially, we spend so many years running hard, pushing forward, believing that if we just worked enough, gave enough, held it together long enough, that would be enough. We pour ourselves into providing, into being dependable, and somewhere along the way, we lose sight of the people we were trying to protect. Sometimes even of ourselves. It's only when the noise fades, after retirement, after the kids have gone, after the house gets quiet, that we stop and ask, did I miss something more important? And the answer isn't always clear, but the truth is, it's not too late to reach for what still matters, even if it's through a letter, even if it's awkward or overdue. If any part of this spoke to you, I hope you'll write your own version, or share your story, or just sit with the feelings you've buried for a while, because what's honest will always matter more than what's perfect. Thank you for listening. Take good care of yourself. We'll talk again soon.